YouTube! I'm here today with my eyeshadows. I'm going to be decluttering them because I'm sure I have way too many. This is how I store my eyeshadows. I have my singles in this drawer, my palettes in this drawer, and this is all the room I have for palettes, so I don't have any large palettes. And plus, I find that even a couple of these palettes, I don't use all of the shades in a palette, and I don't see the point in paying like $50 for a palette when I'm only going to be using a couple of the shades. So that's why I actually really like my singles. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and get these organized, and then we're going to jump right in. That's close enough. So these are all of my eyeshadows. I'm going to start in with the palettes, and we'll just get started. This is the Tarte Double Duty Beauty Palette in the shade Young, Wild, and Free. And it says, throw kindness around like confetti. I love this palette. I think it's beautiful. It's warm toned, but not like orangey. And I think I've used all the colors in here actually. This I like using as like a smudgy liner. This one's a great highlight. This one honestly is an awesome all over the lid shade. This is Lucky Charm. And it's like a bronzy gold shade. And I use this palette all the time. Plus it has a massive mirror. So I like traveling with it. And I'm going to be keeping that one. The next one I have is the Tarte Wet Tease. This one is a little bit more cool toned, and honestly I don't use it as much. I do really like the shade, what is this? Crush. I like this shade, but that's about it from that. And I don't feel like keeping this whole palette for one shade, so I'm going to go ahead and get rid of my teas. This is the Too Faced Natural Eyes collection. Not the matte one, obviously, just the regular one. And I use this all the time. I use every single shade in here, like all the time. I also like traveling with this. It's so easy to just throw this in your purse. I wish it had a bigger mirror. That's one of my one complaint about this palette, but everything else, I love this palette. So I'm going to be keeping that one. And then I have the Lorac Romantic Rose palette. And, oops, I have it upside down. And it's exactly what it says. It's very rosy and very pretty. You know, I haven't been really using this one as much lately, but I think that's because I got a bunch of these other eyeshadows to try out. So I'm going to be keeping this and try and get back into using it. And if I don't, then I will just go ahead and get rid of it. Alright, so that was it for the palettes. On to the eyeshadows. I'll just start in right here at the top. This is the L'Oreal Color Riche in the shade 202 Sunset Sienne? S-I-E-N-E. I don't know. S-E-I-N-E. Jeez, I cannot spell. It's a really pretty orangey kind of, like it's just a sunset color. It's exactly what it says. And I love the formula of the Color Riches, but now that I'm looking at it, it's really similar to, no, I guess it's lighter. Well, I'm going to keep it because I really like it anyways. The next one I have is the single from The Balm, their shade Hot Mama. It's supposed to be a blush or an eyeshadow. I have never used it for a blush. I don't know how you're supposed to get your blush brush in this tiny little pan. But I do like it for an eyeshadow. It's very pink. And unlike anything else I have, it's just like a very bright pigmented pink. And so I'm going to keep that. I like mixing it in with other colors, actually, to warm them up if I need to. Alright, so the next one I have here is the Catrice Liquid Metal Eyeshadow in the shade Satina Vanderwoodson. Who else here is a Gossip Girl fan? I always liked Blair. And you're not going to be able to see it because it's so light, but it makes a perfect inner corner highlight. It is a touch on the powdery side, but I don't mind that. Especially if you use like a little bit of a makeup spray, the fixing spray, setting spray with it. Then it really is just like insanely pigmented. Like, look at my finger. I'm going to be keeping this one. And this is the Palladio Crush Metallic Shadow in the shade... It's in the shade Eclipse. honestly, I wasn't horribly impressed with this. It's not bad. It is very pigmented, but I think it's just too much, I think. It's like this Color Riche one, but darker, and I am just, it's too much. It's harder to work with because it's so pigmented. So I'm going to go ahead and pass that one along and take a second to wipe off my fingers. And we're back. This is the Catrice Glam Fusion Powder to Gel Eyeshadow. And it doesn't feel like a powder to me. It really feels very creamy. I was not impressed with these. They're not horribly pigmented. They tend to crease even if you use a primer. I'm just really not a fan of these, either one of these. This one is in the shade Jon Snow's Favorite, and this other one I have here is more of a taupe shade. It's in the shade Insta Glam, and I liked this one a little bit better than the first one, but not by much. I'm just not a fan of these shadows. I think I don't know, they just don't seem very pigmented, and I didn't like the way they wore, so I'm going to get rid of both of those. This is the Ciate London Eye Chalk in the shade Dot to Dot. I got this at TJ Maxx, I want to say, and it's kind of awful. It's super patchy. There's no pigment. I mean, it doesn't look too bad when you put it in your hand, but I had to press down to get that, and I can't do that on my eye. So it doesn't like to come off the actual stick without a struggle, and I'm not into struggling around with my eye. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that. Next I have a cream pot from Flower. This is in the shade Wild Geranium, I want to say. Yeah, Wild Geranium. And these I really like. If you get too much of them, they get kind of creasy, but otherwise they're very smooth and buttery and just really pretty. I like using them as a base, and I definitely set them with a powder, so a powder eyeshadow. But I really enjoy this, so I'm going to go ahead and keep that. And this Essence eyeshadow, it was a joke. It's so powdery, there's no pigment. I've already hit hard pan on it. Like, I'm glad it was super cheap from Essence, because I'm just, like, I cannot get it to show up on my hand. I will sit here and just will not be able to see it. There's no pigment to it, so that one's gone. This is the Sephora Colorful Matte in the shade My Dear Nude, and this is my favorite transition shade. I really like this shade. It's just sort of like a neutral brown, maybe more on the cool tone side, but I love it for the crease, and in a pinch, it actually is a decent contour shade. I don't know why you would be in a pinch when you need to contour, but if you are, this is a good one. And I'm out of fingers again, so I'm going to go wipe them off. Alright, and we're back. This is a single I got in a Nipsey bag from the brand Nomad, and it is in the shade Spice Market. It looks really red in the pan, and it kind of worried me, but I found that I love this for the outer corner and for like darkening up the crease. It is just stunning. It has more of a rusty look when it's on the hand. When it's in the pan, it looks a little more on the maroon side. So I like the rusty color better, and I think it is gorgeous. I'm definitely going to be keeping that. And I really like this formula. It's very smooth. I'm missing an Urban Decay shadow. I'm missing 2 Urban Decay shadows. What the heck? I don't know where they went. Well, anyways, this is in the shade Scratch, and it's kind of a cool tone pink, I want to say, and obviously very metallic. More of a satin, I would say, not metallic, but, and I don't even know if you're going to be able to see it right, because my lighting is all messed up. But I really like this, especially if I put it over one of these that I'm going to get to in a minute. It really makes the pink pop, and it's really pretty. I don't know where those other ones went. That makes me so mad. Okay, this is from the brand Savvy, and they were 3 for $1 at my local dollar store. And there's a reason they were 3 for $1, because these are absolute shit. They are patchy, powdery, and they do not stay where you put them. Like, look at all that extra powder on there. the color's nice, but I also very, very rarely wear purple eyeshadow, so I really don't know what I was thinking there. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that one. I have a NYX eyeshadow here from, obviously, Eyeshadow. They're all eyeshadows. This is in the shade Jaded. I got this in an Ipsy bag. I would never have purchased this for myself, and I'm not going to be keeping it because I don't wear green eyeshadow. I honestly don't even think it's that nice of a color. I think on somebody else it might be stunning, but I just really don't care for it. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that. And this is the Wet n Wild Color Icon Loose Pigment in the shade Heart of Rose Gold. I just actually recently got this, and I've been playing around with it a little bit. I tried it wet, I tried it dry, and I love it both ways. When you beat it wet, though, it's just mind-blowing how gorgeous it is. Ooh, ooh. Yeah. I hope you guys can see that. I've been having trouble picking up swatches on my hand. But it is just beautiful. It's literally what it says. It's rose gold. It's the same color as my ring. It's beautiful. So I'm definitely keeping that. I'm having a lot of fun playing around with that. And that brings me to my Infallibles and color tattoos. Oh boy, these are where it's going to be a struggle because I love both of these formulas so much. Well, I do know this one. This is color tattoo in the shade Toughest Taupe. This just wound up being too dark for me. There's nothing wrong with it, but being the shade that it is, it's something about it. It just made me look like I had a black eye. And I could, even putting stuff over it, it looked like I was trying to cover up a black eye. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that because I don't want to look like I'm being abused. And I'm back. I think the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to like shop the stash, as I say, and pick up the stuff I would buy immediately if I suddenly lost them all. And my picks would be Ice Latte, Amber Rush, and I would definitely get, what's this called? Barely Branded again, and Inked in Pink. And I'll swatch these all for you because they really are beautiful. I love using these color tattoos as primers. It gives you that pop of color underneath, and they really make other eyeshadows just stand out and last all day. These things really do last all day. This is Barely Branded. I'm really hoping that this is going to show up. Oh my goodness. So there's those two. I love them both, obviously, because I would go back out and buy them tomorrow if I suddenly lost them. I use Barely Branded almost every single day, so I would definitely buy those two again. And Amber Rush, I swear to God, if my whole life was this color, I would be happy. This is just, it's everything. It's like this beautiful bronzy, rosy color, and it's just, oh, I love it. I like to throw this on all over the lid if I don't feel like messing around with multiple eyeshadows. This is one of the ones that I'll pick up and just throw on the lid, and you're good to go. You don't need anything else with this gorgeous color. And then Ice Latte. I like to wear this if I'm just wearing like a wing liner. I will wear this, and it really makes the wing pop. Plus it makes the most gorgeous inner eye highlight, and I don't even know if my camera's picking it up, but it's because it's so light, but when you get it on your skin, they're just so pigmented and beautiful. I could talk for hours about how much I love the L'Oreal Infallible eyeshadows. Alright, so moving on. I know for a fact that I can get rid of this one. This one is in the shade Glistening Garnet. First off, it's all busted up. I don't know what happened. I literally just opened it one day and it looked like that. I don't know, maybe I knocked it off or something and I forgot, but I opened it up and it almost fell out on top of me. So that was fun. It's a really beautiful color. I'm not upset about that. And it's the same amazing formula. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just not a color that I'm into. It's a little bit too much on the purple. There's almost like a purple iridescence to it, and I'm not a huge fan of that, so I'm going to go ahead and pass that one along. The next one I have here is in the shade Sultry Smoke. And it's just a straight gray eyeshadow. And honestly, I've never seen anything like this at the drugstore. Maybe it's been there and I just never noticed. But I really like this for darkening up the crease on like a cool tone look. I think it's beautiful and I have nothing else like it. But I really do use it a lot. So I'm going to go ahead and keep that. And then we have Eternal Sunshine, which is this stunning yellow gold color. I love this color. It makes me happy to wear it. It's just really golden. That's really all there is to say about it. It's a beautiful yellow gold color. It looks great with a number of different shades because it's more of like a neutral color. And so you could put it with pinks. You could put it with pinks because I don't really tend to wear much outside of the pinky, bronzy, neutral range. But for that, it looks really great. And then we have this shade. This is in the shade Always Pearly Pink. And this is where I struggle because I like it, but I don't wear it very often. And it's so light, it's probably not even going to show up. You can almost use it as like a cheek highlighter. But I think I'm going to go ahead and get rid of it. It's too light, I think, for my fair skin, and it just doesn't show up. Hold on a second while I get a drink out of the most amazing mug on the face of the planet. My husband got me this for Christmas. Badger Pride. Okay, I also have here Bronzed Taupe, and this is one of the, it's a little bit warmer. I guess that's the whole bronze part, but it's warmer than a lot of the other bronzes or other taupes I've seen. It's not a warm by any means, but it's a warmer, I would say. And when you're going for like that full glam, you want all that depth. This is a great color. I'm going to go ahead and keep that because I think it's really pretty. A lot of these are gorgeous, so I don't know why I keep saying that. This is in the shade Endless Pearl, and this one's probably, I'm going to swatch it from this hand because I don't feel like cleaning them. Probably not even going to show up anyways because it's so light, but when you get it on your eye, this is another one I like to wear with just a liner because it lightens up your eyelid and then it makes the liner pop. I really like using that. And also, it's like an under the brow bone highlighter because I'm so fair. This works really well. And the last one I have here is the Color Tattoo in the shade Bad to the Bronze. And I struggle with this one a little bit, trying to decide what to do because it is very dark for my skin. And it's not, I don't have the same issue that I had with the taupe one. It doesn't look like a bruise or anything, but it gets heavy very quickly. And I prefer products that I can build up slowly rather than having something that I might just slap on there and be like, oh my god. So I think I'm going to go ahead and pass this along just because I've had too many incidents where I've had to start my makeup over again because I went in ham and really shouldn't have. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that one. Alright, that is everything. This is what I'm getting rid of here. And I think I didn't do too bad here. Well, I mean, I probably could have done a little better, but it's not like with my lipsticks where I had didn't have enough room for everything. I have enough room, and I really do love and use these products quite often. So I'm pretty pleased with my results here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye! Mwah!